Hey, what's up guys, this is Random, and I'm going to cast a game from the last tournament of 1.8. This one was played by Maka and Andy Sen. Seems like Maka actually picked Elves on host, and Andy went with Random off host. A lot of people like this replay on gamereplays.org, so it's even been given a review by Ectelion. So it should be pretty good. It was given rating of 8.5, so I'm pretty sure we have things to look forward to. So both guys, actually, yeah, this is forward Rex with two trees behind, and this is one Rex, one tree next to the fortress. Basically, the only diff. Oh my fucking god! And he's lost the builder already. What? Okay. All right. Whatever. Basically, the only difference in between these builds is that if you go forward Rex against this normal placement, you have a +1 tree, but slower unit production basically. Like you can see that even though if Maka didn't lose these units, he's already had 2 units out at the Warclare against Andis, like, you know, one unit fighting basically. So there's a trade-off. A bit later unit with a bit better economy, and obviously the Rex is placed in a vulnerable position. So if you actually end up playing against like Lancers first or something, which doesn't really happen that much, but sometimes it does, then it's really risky. It's like this sort of play is more risky but more rewarding, because all this time Andy is on two trees against one resource building here, and there are no Warclares going down. So basically the reasoning for Maka for building this way is to get his Warclare faster, get this money faster, and perhaps have his Lancers or Heroes or whatever he wants to go for a bit earlier than his opponent. But so far they're taking the creeps in basically the same time. So yeah, I think that Andy decided Andy's build has rewarded him this game. On the other hand, Andy has lost his worker in a silly manner, and Maka has lost his first archer unit in a silly manner as well. To be honest, he should have just fell back. And he's using the tree style. That's wow. That's a good play there. That's a really good play. And Andy is overextended here. He shouldn't be here at all, I think. They're both like stealthy in the trees. That's kind of funny. So both of the units are losing vision from time to time, so they lose focus. It's kind of like fucking with the AI of the game. It's a nice abuse or use, whatever you want to call it. So Maka is on 4 trees, getting his 5th one out, and is on 2 trees, 3, whatever, let's check it that way. 350 against 450. So Andy has more trees, is that possible? Oh right, I'm sorry guys, yellow was Maka, this is Maka. I've had it confused all the time. Okay, never mind. So yeah, Maka is on 350 with 3 trees and a healing thingy. What's it called? A Galadriel mirror? Mirror of Galadriel, alright. Against Andy's 500. Yeah, Andy boomed out with the trees, sacrificing some unit count, which is fairly well visible here. And both of the players actually opted for the Rally Call. I don't know how good that is. I always prefer to go for Farsight. He's losing so many fucking units here. That's not good. I kind of prefer to go for far side because even if your elves are going to fight his elves, and his elves are going to be relic cold and yours under the far side with the extra range, I think that that's actually it's actually better if you're not the one running into the fight. Like you have to be the one standing waiting for the fight basically with the far side, and you get like one extra volley minimum, perhaps two. And this is a different tech path from each other. One of them is going for Glorfindel, the other is going for Legolas. I'm not sure how that's gonna work out for Maka with Legolas. I think that Glorfindel was a better option because now Andy is the only one who's capable of some harassment. Obviously not many, not that much, because, you know, you only have one hero to do that, but it's still more than nothing, so good for him. It goes for him. On the other hand, Legolas leveled up is such a strong hero in fights like this, when you know all of the elven units are kind of squishy with high damage output, but Legolas has a long range, so he doesn't really need to get close to the fight to deal damage. And we have Maka pumping out pikes, expecting the Lancers. The thing is that he already does have his Legolas, and Legolas half strike can kill like one unit of Lancers by one shot, and basically like maybe one of the units is going to stay alive. But that doesn't really matter. Like you should have enough archers to deal with like half Lancer unit. And Andy's trying to go for the peasants here, or at least he took the building. I mean, why not? Peasants are okay. At least you have, you know, another way of harassment. But he should definitely have this Glorfindel out on the map. There's no reason to have him on your side of the map, not harassing. He doesn't even need to kill that many trees, but he should deflect some of the elven, you know, death ball to defend. Because now Maka, who opted for the Legolas, has more harassment going on for him, same as having a better army, you know, to fight, basically. On the other hand, we have Legolas going out for Andy as well. Maka should just fall back here. There's no reason to be here. Unless he hits this. Okay, he did hit it on something. Fair enough. If Legolas was in attack stance, this Glorfindel would be dead, by the way. Pretty much like that. Same with these archers, and then you want the Metlon Center to be in formation. And both of the players going for the Lancers. Just kind of weird. I don't know, like some people like to go Lancers in Elven Mirrors. I don't really prefer that, but I guess it's fine. It adds like another dimension to the matchup. What I usually do is get a huge death ball of archers with some heroes to support. Yeah, you need to A-move with your archers. Always A-move the archers. You don't have to A-move the pikes, but A-move the archers. Otherwise, just like you're just running into traps, especially in this matchup. So one Legolas is level 4, Maka's Legolas level 3, but he's got his Metlon, Mirkwood archers. It's really good, except for the Lancers being out on the map, so he needs to be really careful with them. Good thing that he's got his own lancers. So he can get some of that harassment off at the same time. Right now I would definitely prefer to be in position of Andy, just because he has his Glorfindel and Maka has his Maka does have, what's it called, Arven. Maybe Arven died already somewhere? I'm really not sure. I cannot see her anywhere on the map. The thing is that the map in replays, like the minimap, gets bugged, so you don't really see all the points of the buildings and shit like that. Like the replay system of BFME2 is just like really glitchy. Yeah, so he does have his Arven, and she's level 4, so she can, you know, get some decent damage out with Flood, I suppose, which is good. The thing is that the trade-off for Maka having Arven and not Glorfindel are his Mirkwoods. But Andy doesn't ever need to fight those Mirkwoods if he doesn't want to, and if Maka doesn't get like ants behind them, so that he can siege the his opponent's base. Then he's obviously forced to fight into them in a manner. Thing is that Maka is coming with this, you know, with this large army part here on the bottom, but at the same time he's losing his mid-tracks. He doesn't have the unit count in the mid part of the map. Alright, Ant summon, fair enough. Does Andy have anything to deflect that with? No, Elven Mist. I mean, that only reduces the armor, but Elven units are already so squishy. Yeah, like Maka's army is going down, which is really good for Andy, but I fear that he's losing his fortress, and unless he puts on some exceptionally good harassment and never loses his heroes, he really cannot afford to lose his heroes now. Alright, he's actually not losing the fort, nice. The case of him not losing the heroes, by the way, is still the same. Nevertheless, the fortress actually survived. And yeah, Andy's putting on some decent harassment. He's got... Now, it's him who has the larger army, you know, for the straight up confrontations. What the fuck? How did these guys survive? Yeah, now it's time to strike for Andy. He's got his own ends, so he should definitely... He should even like build his own ends, you know, like not the summon ones, but he should just like get his what's it called, Entmoot? Yeah, Entmoot over here, and just siege, because he's got the army advantage, he's got the heroes advantage as well. And I'm not sure if he's getting this fortress down, considering Maka actually invested into the armor upgrade. I'm not sure, I think that's an auto attack, but yeah, it's whatever. It's a level 3 Malon, so that's good enough if he takes it down. Oh, I missed this, sorry guys. But yeah, he took down the fortress with Arven. There was not enough stuff here, and Arven almost lost all of her HP, but it's fine. He just took down the fortress. The thing is that Andy has like 4k, so he can soon afford to rebuild the fortress, and he's fucking up the production of uh, of his opponent, which can hurt a decent amount too. If he puts them in the porcupine, yeah, if he did put them into the porcupine formation, they would actually stay alive to deal with the R1. By the way, so just a micro tip. Because sometimes you don't get to dodge, right? If you just see it too late, or if your unit is too slow, such as Midlands, sometimes you can't dodge with the split. So you can put them in the formation. With the archers you can pretty much always dodge because they're fast enough. And yeah, now that Glorfindel is he's paid the dividends, honestly. He still cannot touch this fortress just because it's upgraded, and he doesn't have like upgraded lancers or anything like that, or you know the actual structure killers, except for Glorfindel, and like Legolas on knives is not that insanely strong against structures. He's even got his own Mirkwood archers. What the fuck? He's lost to Legolas. You can't afford to do that. Never ever. If you have Mirkwoods and you don't take Farsight, by the way, that's like so worth it. Like these Mirkwoods, normally they have range like up here, maybe. Yeah, probably like here. And with Farsight, the range is like, you know, from here to like here. That's just too insane not to take it. The way it works, by the way, is that you have the archers and you put the Farsight on them, and it only affects the archers who were in the area of, you know, the cast of Farsight at the time. It doesn't affect, you know, the archers who just stand in the area that is visible thanks to Farsight. But yeah, Andy doesn't really have a fortress, but he's still... Oh, never mind. I'm blind. I'm not looking at the map. He does have a fortress, so now he has access to some of his spells. But yeah, they're set on cooldown. I'm not exactly sure how this thing works, but I think that when you lose the fortress and you rebuild it, then your stuff is set on cooldown, like on the maximum cooldown, if the spell was on cooldown when you lost the fortress. And now I might just be making shit up, to be honest, but I think that's how it works. Or maybe just everything is set on cooldown, because when you rebuild the fortress, I've never seen the spells, you know, be ready to use most of the time. And yeah, now he took Fars. Where did he put the Farsight? Probably put it on these guys. Yeah, he put it on these guys. Hey, you cannot afford to lose anything to the arrow volley, basically. You just cannot, not in this matchup. But it seems like Andy is back on feet fully, and Maka is sort of struggling to get back up on feet, and one of the biggest reasons for that, I would say, is actually Glorfindel, because he doesn't let him expand anywhere without Glorfindel basically taking the trees out. So he cannot get his production up. He cannot really afford the upgrade for the Mirkwoods, and he needs additional units. So he's getting Lorien archers, but you don't really want those. They're just not as efficient anymore. And I think that like one Mirkwood can take down about 2 units of Lorien archers, maybe even 3 if Lorien archers actually like run into them, you know, so that they use the extra range fully. I think that Andy should take a lesson and actually upgrade his fortress now. Because his fort now is away from his production, so he is not going to have like instant reinforcements coming up against the elves, against the Ents. And I would like to know if Maka is actually aware of the placement of the fortress. Because I don't think he is. I don't think that he's had anything running around the map except for the Arwen. And this is the first time when I see her running around ever since Andy has lost his... Okay, good. Ever since Andy has lost his fortress. That's Ents. Where are they? Okay, here. Right. Just decided to sort of finish this production. Helping the Ents with the Bombadil. And there are a lot of hurt heroes. Alright. Arwen is hurt, and I've heard Legolas being hurt as well. Suppose that might have been this guy, but he was healed, yeah. So yeah, the Ents took this remains of the base of Andy down with the help of Bombadil, obviously. I would say that was a decent use. It's less risky than using the Ents on the fortress itself, because you never know if he's gonna have some, you know, like one pike unit there or not. Thing is that he's a Bombadil with it, so he could probably deal with like one unit. And Andy's getting his armor upgrade. I would say that's fine, but like, as I said before, your units are so squishy anyway. It doesn't really matter if they have the armor or not, but it's obviously better having the armor than not. And he's got like, you know, his full hero set. It's really good. I'm missing Halder. Alright, are they gonna die? Yeah. Yeah, Midlands are alive because of the damage type of the arrow bullet. Oh my god, and that's the level 10 arrow wind from Maka's Legolas. He should definitely target fire with Tranduil on Legolas. Like, there's no reason to let his Legolas live. That's some decent miss micro. Because Legolas dies in like maybe 5 shots from Thranduil that has the dead eye on him. And now Legolas might be dead. Does he have heal? He already used his heal. Okay. Defensive stance on Legolas is what you want. Normal or defensive stance or on Thranduil when he's fighting like this. And defensive stance on Glorfindel. Yeah, but he's got that one. Like now he's basically running around with these tier 1 units that are upgraded, but they don't have Halder with them, so there's no leadership. And leadership does a huge fucking deal when your units actually have upgrades. Okay, there's no reason not to have Halder now. He's really cheap and he can level up so fast if he's on the bow mode with some archers. And I mean, now he's losing his heroes, both of them. That's not good. That's that's anything but good. You don't get to lose heroes. You don't get to have heroes like this much out of position. The only hero that can sometimes do that is Glorfindel in this phase of the game, because he has his invulnerability in whatever the fuck, like, you know, when he's immortal. And he can just hop on his horse and use the super speed power. So he's basically designed to just run around, harass, be annoying, and not die. But Andy has yeah, Andy has super decent economy, but he doesn't have the production to back it up, and now he doesn't even have the heroes to back it up. He used to have them, so it was fine, you know. But now it's Maka who has the production, who's got the better heroes. He's got Howler. What? That was Eagle somewhere, right? That's Andy's Eagle to fuck this Arvan. By the way, I don't understand the placement of the forge. Like I don't know what was the uh, mindset behind that, but okay. The you know the forge still standing strong, so uh, I guess it's fine. But why would he place the forge in the middle of the fucking nowhere? Like, I'm not sure. Like, he didn't even place the forge next to the tree that was closer to bin 3, so there was like a bit more defense to it. Obviously the tree wasn't level 3 when the forge was built, but you know how far the tree is, right? Or I guess that he just has his worker there and he was like, yeah, I need fucking forge, so he just put it down there. Why not? As I said, it's still alive, so it doesn't really matter. And these eagles, they caught the Arwen. That's okay, but it's a tier 3 spell for a 1k hero, so I would not say that was good enough. Then again, he saved the forge, so you know. Nah, it's hard to play late game Elven Mirror without heroes. It's maybe not even hard. It's just straight up impossible. And there are reasons why you don't do it, because your units are not strong enough. Alright, Legolas level 10, so it doesn't really matter whether he kills more units or not. Or it does matter, but not because of the levels. So Maka only has his Legolas and Andy. I can't see any heroes. I'm not sure how bugged or glitched the map is right now, but I cannot see any fucking heroes from Andy. I don't think he does have any. Yeah, that's ends. Okay, here they are. So yeah, Andy's ends are not going to accomplish too much. This is one of those sad stories when those ends are like, fuck you, Saruman, you have done too much deforestation, now we're gonna fuck you up, and then he just fucks them up. Not like in the movies. The movies were all lies, actually. Yeah, like Maka is on 675 command points compared to Andy's 1000, but as I said before, and Andy never changed it. Well, only now he did. He probably, yeah. Glorfindel must have taken like ages to build, and he's got his Halder as well finally, and actually all the heroes. Yeah, they're just high levels, so they took ages to build. So now he might actually be able to sort of back his huge economy up, and I'm not sure if he really is, if it's not just too late, because he wasted his ends, so he doesn't really have the opportunity to just like siege or backstep, whatever you want to do with them, because this was none of that. By the way, the forge is still standing strong. Yeah, I fucking know why he built it. It's just a control point, and it's a shit magnet. Like all of these lancers or heroes that Maka has, like he always just tried to poke this fucking forge. But it's level 2, it's somewhat tanky. Does it show the health? Yeah, 5500 health. I'm pretty sure that it has some armor. and if he upgraded it to level 3, it even shoots arrows, so yeah. Props to Andy, none of us fucking understood why did he do it, but we're all just fucking stupid. He's had his plan all along. Oh, okay, and surprisingly enough, the fortress is still not upgraded, because, you know, why would he expect ants come into his fortress, right? It never happened. Only happened once here or twice. Then he did it himself twice. So why would it happen like the 6th time of the game? You know, there's no reason for that. Or maybe is there? I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, all of his heroes except for Glorfindel are out of position. So he's losing his fortress again. Not ideal. And then again, though, he has 1000 command points still. He still has like 3.5k of cash stored up in bank. He's got some decent army supply. Not great, but decent. You know, 500 approx. Against 200 of Maka. Maka lost like everything again at the attempt, or when taking down his opponent fortress. News in the train archers. It's pretty good. Most people forget about it, including me. But it's a great ability to use. When you think about it, Thranduil is such a fucking selfish hero. Like, he's 3k archer hero and he doesn't have a single leadership to his fellow archers. Neither does, you know, Legolas, but he at least has like trained archers. At least he gives a fuck about these small scrubs. Does Ande have anything else besides these two Rexes? And, you know, the forge down here at the minimap? Or is this the very final... Is this game over? No. Now, why would I think that? Don't worry, guys. We're gonna build 20 fortresses. We're not gonna upgrade a single one of them. And we're gonna lose them all. But still, we're gonna have like 10,000 trees, so that must win us the game. Am I right? Sort of, most of the time, but you don't get to lose 4 fortresses basically the same way and not lose the game, that is. Okay. So that was a pretty nice game. Enjoyed watching. Hope you guys did as well. An advice for an Elven mirror is don't fucking lose your heroes. Get your leadership heroes such as Halder. I think Halder is the only leadership hero. Or with Elrond, actually. Yeah. You pretty much want all the heroes on elves. The question is only how well you can manage them, obviously. If you can manage them well enough, then you just want all of them. If you don't, if you're not able to manage all of them, then the basics are Halder, Legolas, Glorfindel, and Thranduil. Those are the 4 most important ones. I would say that in this, respectively, but sometimes you can switch. So yeah, nice game. And Andy, I know you're a Rise of the Witch King player, but next time please upgrade your fortress, or you're just gonna lose it again and again the same way. It's funny that Andy also had like so much cash, such a huge economy. Like, he should have won that game, by the way, by any means. I think that he was overall playing better, but that one mistake that he repeated all over again like having his sort of having his heroes out of position, together with not upgrading his fortress, has kind of fucked him up. And also, if you're going for upgrades, I'm not sure if it's worth to not to get your Silverton arrows and get your armor and plates. It kind of doesn't make sense, because you want to upgrade your strongest units, which are Mirkuts or Lorien archers, compared to your infantry. And if you already want to upgrade like blades and armor, then I'm pretty sure that you should get like at least 4 units of lancers. Alright guys, thanks for watching, see you next time.